Hi everybody, this is actually take 2 of my video. I did one yesterday and I realized that my whole table was not in the screen of the video and I did not want to publish it without the whole page being shown. So what I want to focus on is a project recipe. And this is for the Vivid Melodies. I am enamored with that collection. I love all the papers and the colors. But I will show you what I made yesterday. But today I'm using paper, a paper pack that came in the last secret box. It's called Feeling Bright. It is not available other than the secret box, last secret box. So you're out of luck there, but I want to tell you that there's another secret box coming out, and they do put in some very unique, exclusive papers and tools that you can't get otherwise. So if you want a secret box, I highly recommend going to my website if you don't have an advisor, www.creativememories.com/user/Laura Maguire, capital L and capital M, Maguire, and place your order for a secret box. They'll probably run out. So, as they do. And plus we have a new back to school collection, and it's amazing, all the different components of it, and I couldn't even begin to tell you what's in it. You have to go and look for yourself. So, without any further ado, the project recipe, if you're not familiar with project recipes, Creative Memories comes out with one with every new collection. And I feel like a recipe for a page, and it's more or less reverse scrapbooking. So this is the page, and they use the jade from the Vivid Melodies, and this is how you place all the pieces. I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to show you the cutting guide. And each cut is numbered or lettered, and it starts with A and goes through the alphabet generally. So I'll start with the cutting, and I do want to go through it step by step. So this particular video might be a little longer than usual, but I'll try not to take too long. I don't like to do videos longer than maybe 15 or 20 minutes. This might go a little bit longer, so, but I want to show you might pick up some tips from this. So when I choose paper from a paper pack, this calls for 3 different ones, and what you should do is, when you're choosing paper, you shouldn't have three designs that overtake, that are big. So I chose a big, somewhat big, bright paper with a less large and a more muted. So you get 3 different ones, and they all go together. And we have the reverse sides. This is the reverse side of that. But the reverse side of that is that. So we're going to use the reverse sides and different things like that. So this is my first one that I'm going to use. I'm going to call this designer paper number 1. And the project recipe says use a white background, but since my muted tone had a white background, I chose blue. Blue is, to me, like a neutral color almost. It goes with almost everything. I did start with a green, but it kind of clashed, so I went with the blue. And it's telling me to cut A, B, and C 11 inches long, C and D 11 inches long, but 2 at 3.5 inches and 2 at 1/2 inch. So I'll get my trimmer, and I'm going to put it at 3.5. And I'm bringing this down. I'm bringing the carriage, the edge of the carriage, will hit the 12-inch mark, and that gives me an 11-inch cut. I'm going to slide this over to 3.5 again to make sure it's straight. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start here at the 12-inch mark and go up. And then I want to set the edge at the 1/2-inch mark. And this is kind of hard to do with it attached. I mean, you can cut them all off because that leaves scraps. But I wanted a larger scrap so that I can use it on another page. So that's a 1/2 inch. And of course I moved it. Anybody who watches my videos knows that I move things when I shouldn't. Okay, and so I'm going to go down again 11 inches and then another 1/2 inch, which is a little bit easier, I think. And I'm starting at the 12-inch and going up. So now I'm going to turn this, and those 4 cuts, I'm going to start at right at the cut here, and I'm going to cut 1 inch off all the way up, and that gives me A, B, C, and D. We'll put that aside. Now, how am I going to remember that when I have to place it? I have Post-it notes, and I reuse them, and when I do a project recipe, I use them to label my pieces. A, B, C, and D. And we're going to set those aside. And once all the cutting is done, it's just placement, and it's really fast. C and D. I used to use a pencil to mark the papers, but it was cumbersome because if I marked the flip side, sometimes I didn't see the letters if it was a bright, a busy pattern. It just didn't, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to cut this off, put it right on the cutting line. And there's the scrap that we don't use, but I can use it on another page. And then it says to cut these, it's already 4 inches, 4 by 6. So those are mats. Those are photo mats. So I'll cut that in half. And these are E and F. And I got the E and the F. And we'll set that aside. The next piece, it says to cut them right in half and then punch. So I'm cutting it at 6 inches, cut and punch, it says. And it'll tell you. And it uses, I'll tell you what it uses. It uses the Sunshine Arches Border Maker cartridge. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And it's pretty new. It was new during the last launch. And it's just, wait until you see how nice it cuts. What a nice design it makes. And I can see many different options for using this punch. And it's a Border Maker cartridge, so I'm using my Border Maker system. And you just do 3 punches there on that one. And then you do the 3 punches on the other one. Just gonna clear the scraps. I'm getting better at cleaning up after I do something, rather than just throw them aside. And then I have to do everything all at once. So I clean up as I go. And I'm a happier person because when I want to scrapbook up here, it's not a mess. I don't have to clean before I scrapbook. Okay. Put that aside. Now these will be labeled G and H. And there's some scraps there. We'll just, there's G. We'll put that aside. And H. The H looks like an I. I'm going to put it this way so I'll know. Okay, the last sheet of paper. We want two that are 2 inches by 12. So I'll put it at the 2-inch mark. And it says cut and punch on these. Or does it? Let me see. I and J. Yeah, cut then punch. 2 by 12. So we're punching with the same Border Maker cartridge. And this time it's just 1 punch on each. So I got this. And I suppose I could just put it in there. So this is I. Just put it in there without using the tray. But honestly, I don't trust myself. I know I'll move it or something and not get it just right. So rather than chance that, I want to be sure that the paper is in straight. And when you use the tools correctly, they are. So that's all the punching we're going to do. So I'll put that aside and I'll clean this. And the rest is just a few more cuts with the trimmer. And this one's J. Where's the sticky? Right there. That's J. Now, okay, so the next one is cut at 4 inches. So we want 2 4x4 mats. We'll end up with 3. And that's the only other waste we have from this. There's a 4. Because we don't use that mat. We don't use the third one. So I'm going to put that aside. And this is K and L. And then this one is 4x6 mat. So I'm going to just cut it right in half at the 6-inch mark. And that's M and N, and all the cutting's done. So when you mark them like this, it makes it so much easier. There's no confusion. So now all the cutting is done. Now we go to the sheet of paper where it has the placement. And we get all our cut paper. And what I do know is I want to place G and H second, just because of the of the spacing. So I know A and B are about 1 inch from the top. So let's see. What side do I want to use? I think, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll use the sunshine. So And I'm putting the top at the 1 inch and I'm lining it up. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. And I know that if I had repositionable, this would be better, but repositionable is on my table somewhere. I found it. Okay. And then I'm putting this right at 11 inches because that's 1 inch from the top, and 8.5. And that should lay straight. And then I'm getting this one, and you know what? No, I'm not gonna do this because this pot here is too dark and doesn't show up. I'll do it this way. G and H. And they're identical, so it doesn't really matter. G and H go right under that. And I think I'll put my repositionable here. Put my repositionable up over there, and then I'll use my regular for the rest. That way it holds better. Well, they both hold well. It's permanent more sooner. The repositionable becomes more permanent over time, but it gives you time if you need to move things around. Or if you have something like this that's open. So I'm gonna, where's my repo? And I do tend to use a lot of repo, and I'm always running out, so that's why, it's another reason why I'm being stingy with it today. Okay. That's that. And then C and D go right along the bottom. So it kind of looks like there's a sheet of paper under this, which there isn't. But we'll use repo for the back of this. There we go. I love this paper. They gave us a whole secret box at convention, and the premium one that had the extra tools. So I have actually had 2 packs of this paper. And we got this on this side. Okay, the next thing is I and J. So we're going to skip all the mats right now, and we're going to go right to I and J because it goes right across here like that. And I think the other side is the sunshines. Yeah, so we will use this side. But the middle punch covers the middle punch on the other side. So, what did I put it on the wrong side? Haste makes waste. That's what my mother used to always say. Oh, and what did I use? I used the wrong tape runner. Oh well. See what I mean? Haste makes waste. I'm going to poke this out. I'm not going to stick this all the way down because I want to poke that out. But I want you to see the process, the whole process. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other one the right way. I got repo in my hands. See, I put the repo on the wrong side, and then I put the repo down. There we go. And we want this here. And picked up the regular tape runner for that other one. Haste makes waste. And it does. Okay, so now that's not. So I'm just going to place the mats on the left. So we have M that goes here. We'll use this side because the picture is going to go over that. And N that goes here. This I can stick down because this is okay. N about, yeah, right about here. I'm kind of eyeballing it. I think if I had my zero centering ruler, I could line them up better, but I don't. And you know what? I'm going to be very happy with this. Now we have E and F. Now let's see if we can place this correctly. So I did see an idea where people are putting photo corners on their cutting mats so that the paper doesn't move. I did have some on there, but I took them off. They were bothering me for some reason. Okay, so we have this. And then we have K and L. So K and L. K and L. So all the mats, this should come down a little. Nope, this should go up a little. There. Okay, and that's up like that. So we'll put that down. And then it's time to embellish. And when I looked at this, it had a little something here. It had a journal box here. And it has a little kind of a wreath over there. So I went into the embellishment pack for the Feeling Bright that came with the that came in the secret box, and I pulled these out, which are really kind of perfect. And I'll put a journal box here. But I had to go into the Vivid Melodies Capri Blue to get a nice wreath to put here. So this is the last cut and the last part. I think I've shown you, if you have something that's a circle and you push it right up to the edges here, that's automatically in the middle, so you have an even cut. These mats I have to fix. Okay, there's the repo. So I need repo for this. And we'll put that here. And it's amazing how all the different collections just happen to go together. You can mix and match. You can mix and match the whole Vivid Memories collection, but you can also mix and match other collections as well. I love Creative Memories. I've been an advisor for 25 years and I love what I do. So there you go. There's the page we did today. I made this crooked. That is not good. So we'll just, I think I'll line it up with the edge of that. There. These I'm gonna fix this and then finish that up. But now I'll show you what I did yesterday, and then I'll show you my practice page that I used the Vivid Melodies. So yesterday, when I did the video I had to delete, what I used was, no, this was my practice page. And it, like I said, it called for a white background, but I chose a different color. I chose the teal. And this is with using the butterscotch Vivid Melodies. I'm going to call it Memories. I know I am. All the time. So the butterscotch had that nice sunshine over there, and I chose You Are My Sunshine here. And then of course we have these, and then the one I did on the video with the jade was this. And instead of using the plaid side, I like the flowers so much that I use this side. So and this one says life over here, and then they had that, the green, the jade had that nice wreath, so I put that over there like that. So I hope you liked doing a project recipe with me, and if you would like a copy of this project recipe, I can make a copy and mail it to you. You just have to you just have to message me and put it in the comments, and then I'll figure out a way where you can message me your address. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you